quiet kids. What is your go-to comeback when insulted? When somebody is insulting me without any purpose, I just tell them bad day. I swear, 90% of the people almost immediately calm down and even apologize to me because they seriously had a bad day and they just had too much bad energy without a way to let it go. There's no need to fight back. Sometimes we need a good approach to end the argument and calm down the attacker. If the insult is funny, good, laugh with them. If it's bad, laugh at them and just go, you know what buddy, we'll give you another crack at that one if you'd like. Or what, do you wanna workshop that one and come back later? Don't be embarrassed. Lots of other people can only troll at a 3rd grade level too. The important thing is that you tried. Are we about to kiss? I love it when you degrade me, daddy. I just say a random woman's name, didn't love them. Only twice have I correctly named the person's mother. As a teacher, when a middle school student has called me a methodica, I replied with, "That's right, son." Ask them to repeat themselves, then do it again. Do you always do what you're told? Complete silence, let the uncomfortable sizzle and sink in. It's debilitating to the ego. If the Sparks kid says I ducked your mom, I always say I ducked your dad. Seems like it would be a fruitless attempt to insult them, but doing an insult that has zero thought process can leave them confused. Also, it shows that their dad is a bottom boy and isn't very manly by society's standards. You doing alright, bud? A shrug. Like I care what that pile of crusted smegma thinks. You had to put that image in my head. You just had to. Now here's the taste in your mouth. You're welcome. Why are you speaking to me in the same way your father speaks to you? Hey, you know what? If you're that insecure, I promise I won't judge you for it. Tell someone they are insecure and chances are they'll get more butthurt than they are trying to make you with their own insult. I just say and I keep saying it after every insult until they run out of insults. When people say I'm adopted, I say at least I'm wanted. I usually call them something that isn't seen as an insult. You're a jerk. Well, you're a walnut. Hey champ, calm down. You wanna play catch? I start to insult myself. It decreases their satisfaction. Works every time. Plus you can also kamikaze. A classic tactic used by General Eminem in the 8 Mile Wars. Very useful. Your life is more about regret management than goal achievement, isn't it? You're less a person and more a loose collection of personality flaws. Everyone who has ever loved you was wrong. You need to go home and think about everything you are, then change it. It is impossible to underestimate you. Bob Ross would call you a mistake. Stupid people can believe in anything, so you can believe in yourself. I don't respect you enough to be insulted by you. I was getting slammed at work. Got quadruple sat at my restaurant on a very busy Saturday night. My fingers are shaking at the post trying to ring in orders. Another server, the fun outside of work. Obnoxious at work type, hey, is it weird that you're a terrible server? To which I replied, is it weird that your parents are related? Without looking away from the screen, finished my orders and left the kitchen while all the cooks laughed at him. Another golden one I've used for him was, he looks like the guy that got bit by a zombie but refuses to tell the group. Insults that linger. For example, my brother likes to give me shit about my social life not existing and my lack of sporting participation, but he has really bad acne on his forehead. So anytime he takes a shot at me, I just tell him to use a sanding block on his face so it doesn't look like pus-filled braille. Expose them about something they claim to know, be a part of, catch them in a lie, or just set them up to make themselves look foolish. The insults won't matter as much as the realization that they are lying, funny losers. I know you because I don't really care when I'm insulted. I don't get insulted often, but the odd chance when it happens I say God bless you. It either enrages them or they look confused for some reason. I had a little traffic incident where I was cut off. I usually shrug that off, but I was grumpy enough to be like, oh duck you, and the person said go to church, like I was swimming in sin. It was a good comeback, and I still remember it, so it was effective. I was like, dang, I disappointed that mofo. I most often just ignore it, but sometimes I'll try to one-up the insult if think there's utility to it. Like if I ask someone to explain something to me and they call me stupid for not understanding, then I'll double down, yep, I'm a moron, so please explain again, but try to use smaller words. In fairness, I mostly do this when I think their position is inconsistent or they don't fully understand what they're claiming to endorse themselves. I speak 2 languages. I try to be civil in the other language. Señor, lo siento, no comprendo su lengua. Es posible hablar en español y inglés. Es posible hablar conmigo en otra lengua. Sir, I'm sorry I don't understand your language. Is it possible to speak in either Spanish or English? It's possible to speak to me in either language. Had a guy scream at me in what I thought was English, but I messed with his head when I said that. He looked at me like, damn, now what? Context: I used to work in retail here in the old US of A. Some man came up to me and started screaming at me so fast and loud I couldn't make heads or tail of what he was saying. I also like with my good friends. This only works in New Jersey where it's legal, not Alabama. Buddy, I can't understand a word you're saying. Is that because your parents are first or second cousins? New Jersey is the only state in this country where blood relations can marry. It's very illegal to do that in Alabama or Georgia, where the stereotype is portrayed. If I cared I would insult you back, but I don't. A yo mama joke. They hurt the worst. But if they have gay dads, I'll say yo mama so ugly your dad had to get you another dad. It automatically destroys them somehow. My dad would call out something about their appearance that they were likely insecure about. Not to them, but to the surrounding audience. What's Curly laughing about? The dude was completely bald. Why is this fat lady yelling at me? Yes, it's terribly childish, not politically correct at all, and it worked 100% of the time. Usually something like, if I wanted to listen to an asshole, I'd fart. When somebody claims they are a flat earther and are thus smarter than me, a globe earther, I'll just say that I have seen bags of Lay's chips more full than their skull. Depends. If it's a joke, I usually answer with either your mom or your grandma, or go insert random action to your grandma. If it's serious, I usually stay calm until they shut up. Sometimes, it's better to have a thick skin than going into a pointless argument. Usually I say I'm going to rearrange your spine into a universal roller coaster. Not a comeback I've used, but one I've dreamed of using. Just never had the chance and hopefully never will, as I have a fiance now. But I've always dreamed of being rudely rejected or insulted by a girl I attempted to pursue and responding with, geez, don't be picky, I wasn't. We don't see the world as it is. We see it the way we are. Ano isnin. If it was badly done, or doesn't stick, and I don't like them, it's a passive aggressive okay then, as I generally don't win escalation wars. If it was good, then I won't do a comeback, as you know when you're beat. If it's from mates though, we encourage each other along the lines of, hey, you had something there, or come on, you can do better. If they nail it, it's, well done, duck off now. My best line, to not only give them a blow to the ego, but also give me a nice opportunity to insult them further by walking away, is saying you don't win often. Huh, with a smirk, then walk away. Are you done yet? In a deadpan tone, usually in a situation where I'm getting roasted, I really want to say something clever. But I'm so fired up, not fired up as in angry, but fired up as in thinking to myself, oh boy, this is my chance, this is it. It's really happening, what can I say that's smart enough to make them back off? That any clever thing I try to say just comes out as nonsense. This works because it's short, easy to remember, easy to say, and it gets the point across. As a little kid I used to use lines from movies and TV shows as comebacks. Sometimes word for word or sometimes changing the words, so it'd apply to the situation. It never worked, because I was either so excited that I got the quotes wrong, and they came out as nonsense, or someone would actually recognize them. Nothing is more embarrassing than saying a quote as a comeback in a fight, and having someone go, hey, isn't that from name of TV show movie you got it from? Doubt it. Works in every situation. Repeat as needed. I usually start to act like I'm yawning to show it's too boring to be an insult, and most of the time it worked. Except for those dumb ducks who never get it. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more of Reddit Universe.